Welcome back. Let's come to this. A woman has died after waiting several hours to cross the border into Zimbabwe. This is just one of the many horror stories being told by people who are stuck there. Truck drivers and regular motorists have been stuck for days now in queues that stretch for kilometres in both directions. Many have even considered abandoning their attempts. eNCA Siphamandla Goge joins me now from Musina in the Limpopo province. Colleague, good morning to you. And good to have you, but I understand you don't come with much, exciting news. And as far as, most travellers there, of course, experiencing heavy traffic and being stuck for days, I understand, at the Beitbridge border.
Indeed, it's a very sad state of affairs. If I were to say it, I would call it a matter of life and death, literally. Yesterday, I saw 2 people dead. They've been stuck for days. One Zimbabwean woman had been on the road for a day. Another one had been on the bus for 3 days. People say they've been stuck here for days. As you can see, these are live visuals that we are showing you. And we are in Musina as we speak. We have not even reached the Beitbridge border post. This is Musina, which is 15 kilometers away from the border. So that's how backed up traffic is. It starts all the way in Musina to the border, and we understand that part of the reasons for this traffic has to do with COVID-19 screening, and it's compounded by the fact that South Africa has a curfew. So between 10 and 4, the border post is closed, meaning those who are coming from South Africa to Zimbabwe cannot cross. But it's always the case. I mean, during festive season, it happens. It's not something new. But this time around, things are different with COVID-19. And we understand that is what has made matters worse here. But it looks like some people are going to be spending their Christmas day on the road, because others have been here for a week now. Others are going to stay here for more than a week. Yesterday, we were able to go all the way to the border post, and we also got stuck. It took us hours to drive out of that chaos, because even law enforcement officers are struggling to control traffic. Interestingly, they told us yesterday when we arrived that, listen, you will not make it to the border today. You might as well just turn and go back. Some people are turning and going back. They are abandoning their trips. And that is very sad, because they say they wanted to get home before Christmas, but it's clear that is not going to happen. We tried to get Home Affairs and Transport authorities. We were unlucky yesterday, but we'll keep on trying, because it's really sad, considering that many people are stuck here without water, ablution facilities. And I guess that is what is making matters worse, because those people who died, even though I'm not a medical doctor, but having interviewed people who were with them when they died, they said they complained about the heat. They said they were feeling dizzy. They asked for water, but there was no water. And also emergency services couldn't get to them on time, because nothing is moving. Everything is on standstill. Ironically, even people who work at the border are unable to get to the border. That tells you how serious and how chaotic the situation is.
Yeah, I mean, you're painting quite a grim picture there for us, Siphamandla Goge. Obviously wondering about where people are getting food, where people are getting water, how people, of course, are staying, just sane within their cars. I see it's not only private cars on our visuals there, but even, trucks, obviously transporting goods and services. So this is affecting both, commuters, but also even probably businesses that have to transport goods from, South Africa and potentially across the border.
Indeed, and business owners and suppliers are losing out here, because if you've got your staff stuck here for a week, you are losing money, and some people are losing their jobs. You are right, it's not only trucks, it's private cars, buses, taxis, and everyone. But around August or October, the issue here which was causing congestion was just the trucks. But this time around, it's everything, all modes of transport that you can see. Private cars, trucks, buses, and taxis. So Everyone is stuck. Remember, the Bridge border between South Africa and Zimbabwe is not only servicing two countries, but it's one of the biggest and busiest in the African continent. But also people going to, Zambia, Mozambique, they also use the very same border. So it's a very important link in terms of trade and business. So if you're going to have chaos there for days and weeks, surely that's affecting the economy. It's not only destabilizing social life, but the economy of the region, not only South Africa and Zimbabwe, but the region as a whole is taking a knock.
I have to ask you this, colleague, because we've been in conversation with Wayne Minnaar recently around just road safety. Have you seen any visuals of unroadworthy vehicles? I know you said you're not a medical expert earlier, but perhaps you're not even an expert when it comes to, checking which car is roadworthy or not. But in terms of overloading, whether it's warm bodies, whether it's just goods, whether it's unroadworthy vehicles, have you spotted any amongst those stuck in that traffic?
Well, Teboho will show you visuals now of bakkies here loading stuff. I have spotted police officers trying to deal with unroadworthy vehicles. So, yes, we have seen that, but here is the challenge. You spot an unroadworthy vehicle, what do you do with it in this traffic? How do you remove it here, send it back, or you impound it? So that is the challenge. But they are trying their best, particularly closer to the border, because yesterday we were able to get to the border post. We saw some cars being impounded there. But then again, the challenge is in terms of capacity and resources. You can only take it out of the road, out of the queue, and then you have to come back and deal with processing this queue and also check other cars. So security is tight. Law enforcement officers and traffic authorities are doing their best they can, but I can tell you that they are overwhelmed and they are really struggling to cope with this. We saw traffic officers also stuck in this queue. They had to turn and go back saying, we can't reach the border, it's blocked, there is nothing we can do, so rather let's go back and then see what we do to try and control the traffic from somewhere else. So everyone is affected here, whether you are traffic or law enforcement, whether you are just a passenger, whether you are just a journalist. Everyone who's using this road, even people who work at the border, they are struggling to get there. And some people have even tried to seek shelter because it's extremely hot. It's 36 degrees. Let me ask my colleague Teoho to show you what is happening there. Some people have decided to go and sit under the tree because it's extremely hot. Some people have got children here. There is no water, no ablution facilities. Perhaps if we can go forward a bit, I want to show you what is happening there. Some people have decided to abandon their cars and just stand on the side of the road and observe what is happening. And other cars have decided to go off-road, try to make alternative means and ways to cross. As you can see further there, I think there is a car stuck there by the railway line. They were trying to make a shortcut because you have got two options here. It's either you sit here or you make a plan. And they were trying to make a plan and now they are stuck. So that is the situation here. That is the story of what is happening here. You can see some people are sitting by the pavement. Hello, how are you? Where are you from and where are you going?
I'm from Joburg. I'm going to Zimside.
It looks like you will spend days here. You haven't even reached the border post. Are you worried that you will spend Christmas here?
Yes, I'm worried because I'm spending 2 days here on the road. So, yes, I'm worried.
It's already been 2 days, but do you know what is causing the delay? Did someone explain to you why are you stuck here?
I don't know, because I don't know what it is.
Ma, I see you are really frustrated and tired. How are you feeling?
I'm tired.
How long have you been on the road for?
5 days.
5 days?
Yeah.
It looks like you will spend more than that, eh?
But what's the problem?
We also don't know what the problem is, but we understand that it's got to do with COVID-19 screening and the fact that the border closes at 10. So no one explained to you what is causing this delay?
Nobody.
Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for time. Well, those are some of the people here really saying they don't know what's happening. There seems to be lack of information here. People don't know what is happening. The only thing that they want is just at least to get closer to the border. You can see that the traffic looks like it's moving, but let me tell you that it's not going to be for long, just few meters, and it will come to a standstill again.
Sure, Siphamandla, those pictures, they're quite worrisome. Seeing some of, the travelers, they're even walking by foot, perhaps trying to stretch. I mean, I can imagine if you've been seated in a vehicle for long hours stuck, you might need to stretch a bit there, with the visuals coming in showing a car clearly stuck there by the rail, trying to cross on the other side of the road. We could see there travelers trying to push it out of the rail there. But it seems those are just the realities of what's happening there. 15 kilometres, you said, Siphamandla Goge, just before the Bait Bridge border in Musina in the Limpopo province. Thank you so much.